There's nothing I regret more than hitting on you. I was thinking about
but
this.
But I didn't even know he was hitting on me. That was the funny thing. Like 10 years later, someone told me that he thought it was a date.
You said I was like Bill Cosby in that roast, and then you said I looked like a body that washed up on the beach, which is kind of true. But like I've seen people struck it with Annie where it was like I felt so bad for them. Like afterwards, like I've seen you destroy men.
Hi guys, welcome to Anniewood episode 78. Today we have one of my best friends from starting out in comedy. I love him so much. He's so funny. He's an absolute mess, but he is so talented. He has a special out on YouTube called Dance Fatty Dance, I think. And so you should check that out and enjoy the episode. We did have to obviously censor a lot of stuff. So if you want to see the uncensored version, you can now catch those on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Annie Lederman. And remember, if you want to join the Patreon, you will reach full enlightenment as long as you do not engage the dark man. We're going to have a lot of fun on the Patreon, guys. We're trying to do we are doing a very different thing, and it's going to be a lot of interaction, a lot of fun, a lot of puzzles and games and mysteries and giveaways. And we're just really excited to create a new universe for you guys. But I'm excited for you to see this episode too. I just love Dan St. Germain so much, and we've just had a long history together, and I don't know. It's one of my favorite things about Anniewood is having someone that is so near and dear to me on the show. All right. And also, we never know if he's going to relapse again, so we have to enjoy him now. You can see me on the road. My next live date is Anniewood and Friends at the Comedy Store, and this is on May 9th. Guys, we're in an interesting time where the Netflix is a Joke Festival is going on, so a lot of people have their own shows. I am not able to announce the lineup until after May 3rd because one of the comics that I have on, who is huge and amazing and has also been on Anniewood and has also been on Anniewood and Friends, is doing a huge show themselves. I don't want to say their gender. They're doing a show themselves, so I don't want to conflict with their sales. So just get your tickets now. It's going to sell out. We also have Tim Dillon. We have George Perez, who will be on the show. And then who else did I have? More people I can't announce, but it's very, very, very good. It's an amazing show. It will sell out. Grab your tickets for that. I also am going to be in Toronto at the Royal Theatre, May 24th and 25th. I'm going to be in Oxnard, California, June 7th and 8th. I'm going to be in Jacksonville, Florida, June 28th and 29th. I'm going to be in Irvine, close to home, baby, July 19th and 20th, my birthday. September 13th and 14th, I'll be in Tacoma, Washington, and I'll be in Naples, Florida at Off the Hook Comedy Club, October 10th. I have so many more fun dates being added. Go to annielederman.com/shows. And again, follow the Patreon if you want to be a real
Welcome to Anniewood.
Hi guys, welcome to Anniewood, episode 78.
Yep.
Oh, I got it right. We have, you may know him from World of Jenks. You may know him from having a deal with Fox back in 1998 that was a real burden for him. You may know him from 23 Kingsland Ave.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. You got all my credits right. You got all my credits right.
And true star, Dan St. Germain.
Man, in 2012, I'm going to be big.
I mean.
Oh, Randy's the greatest.
We got Randy.
Randy is the greatest.
Now, Dan was trying to decide whether he was going to wear the hat or not.
It's Bob's Big Boy hat. I put it at Bob's Big Boy yesterday.
And Bob did become a big boy.
You don't want to know my order. It was like, if you saw what I ate yesterday,
I would like to know.
You would throw vegetables at me.
Can I hear
it? Biscuits, gravy, over scrambled eggs, and sausage.
Wait, did you go to a, they don't like black people, Cracker Barrel?
No, I didn't. I wish I could go to Cracker Barrel. It was in between Marin's and Santino's, and I was stressed out, so I just ate a bunch of slop.
And did it make you feel better?
No, never makes me
In
feel
the
better.
In the moment, it does for a second.
For a second, it's like drinking. It makes you feel better for like 5 seconds.
Oh boy!
Miranda, did you want to go down?
5 seconds in, he mentioned his favorite thing. Now, Dan and I used to live together.
What a cool set!
Isn't it cool? This is new.
Set.
We just did this. Awesome. What's the guy's name that made this?
Ted Munn.
Is that
Ted
a penis?
Munn. It's a sock coming out of the bra.
Oh, nice.
I got a little joke in it. Now this is Ted Munn's made this.
I love this.
He sent it. We just got it. So Dan and I used to live together in Brooklyn from the year what was
it was just 1 year.
It was a lot of juice in that year.
There was a lot of fun times. There was some sad times.
Well, the sad times were fun for me.
There were some pizza parties.
There was a pizza pasta party.
There was a pizza pasta
now,
party.
Dan and I have a lot in common. We quit drinking. Dan has done it. I don't want to brag for Dan, but Dan has done it a lot more than me. Dan beat me on the amount of times he quit drinking. I only did it once. Dan's done it how many times now?
Who's counting?
Who is counting? I love your little sweat rag.
I'm an open micer when it comes to recovery. But guys,
you're a Leslie Jones when it comes to blotting your face.
I have 6 months back.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back. I really would like to. I got out of rehab in December. Things are going on. I righted the train. It's on the right tracks.
Yes.
I don't want to lose my wife.
His wife is really hot. It is now. Okay, I will say all of my friends from open mics did get hot wives.
Pretty good with wives.
Everyone got hot wives.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's a shocking.
Everybody. Well, your man is very handsome.
I know, but I'm pretty. I am pretty.
I'm a type.
You said unconventionally handsome is what I heard when you were talking into the mirror. You said
I'm
big,
unconventionally
I think you
handsome.
said, what was it? Big Daddy. I saw you.
I didn't say Big Daddy.
No, there was something.
I didn't say Big Daddy. As I was lotioning myself into the mirror.
You were like doing like a thing into the mirror. There was a crack. The door was cracked. You didn't know I was there. It was like Big Daddy Puff or something like that. It was.
Big
Papa. It was.
Yeah, it was big. It was big Papa Fuzz.
Big Papa Fuzz, and was that would get you ready to go to the Woodshed, Mike?
That would get me ready to kill at Ochi's.
So I would say we had probably the best years of comedy together.
I mean, I was saying this yesterday, that like the second year in comedy is the most fun because you start to figure out actually who the funny people are, and you're all going to the diner, and everybody's a dork.
Yeah,
and like. When somebody gets like the lamest thing, you're like, oh man,
I know.
I want to get that.
You're all like auditioning for Montreal, which is so funny that Montreal doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist.
It's so funny. I'm like, what are openers on the road gonna beg me for advice on now?
I don't know. I mean, it's so irrelevant now. Like none of this stuff matters anymore. Like, nothing matters.
It doesn't matter at all. Well, I always said with Tim Dillon, years ago, he asked me for advice. He was like, what do you think I should do? I said, Tim, just get as funny as possible. If he had asked me now, I'd have been like, I don't know, like a chin implant? I don't know. Veneers? I don't know.
Now it's a totally different. Now I would say punch AOC.
Yes, punch AOC.
Go do something. Take a like in the middle of that dome in Vegas. Something that like you're going to get attention
AOC
for.
And you're going to make it.
Stop.
You're in. I mean, it is like we're all one slur away from having our dreams.
No comment on that.
You have to slur your way.
No comment on that.
Now, I saw a clip from your special about, I'm sorry I didn't watch it. I will watch it.
No, it's okay.
I know you need
You have the attention span of a tsetse fly.
It really is. Of a what?
Of a tsetse fly. I think they die in like 30 minutes.
I know. I was like, as you were saying tsetse, I was gone. No, I know. I do need to watch them in moments. We watched Alex Edelman's last night.
How's that?
It felt very long.
I think no special should be longer than 45 minutes.
It's like if you're doing an hour, you're proving a point. You're hitting a milestone.
Right. Mine is like 46 minutes, which is a minute too long. It's honestly 5 minutes too long.
Yeah, I think because I'm going to do a special soon, and I feel like I have so many ideas of what a special should be in my head that are
40 or less.
Completely like messing with my ability to that have nothing to do with like
you
what
have more than enough material now, so 40 or less, and then the other stuff you can just like have as bonus bits.
Yeah.
I have a couple bonus bits I'm gonna release to my 20,000 Instagram followers.
Not after
Boom,
Anniewood and
boom.
Friends.
Yep, I'm hitting
Guys, follow Dan.
22,000. That's what we're hoping
Dan
for.
is a great example of a very talented comedian who just his personality has just tanked him. It's just who he is as a person has just ruined his
Not
career.
even my personality.
No, your personality.
My
great.
personality.
No, that's what I would say about Racine. But you,
because comics are like comedians like me way more than America does. Like
which you're such like a and now with the new weight gain, I really think you can do it. I think you got it.
You think I should? I think the weight gain's hurt me. You don't think so? You think it's good?
Well, I heard you going up the stairs. It sounded like it hurt.
But yeah, I mean, I did the writing staff thing, and you guys are all smart, and you build your brands. I did writing staff, and I sold shows, and none of that shit matters anymore because TV doesn't matter.
During that writer's strike, I was giggling at you guys. I was like, oh, I picked right. But you guys did have a financial security that I didn't have for
not anymore.
Years. But you had it for a little bit, which maybe is worse.
You do. Like it's I'm off your cactus.
It's fake, so it's plastic.
I don't know what happened, but the whole old ways of like I have a ton of credits and all of them mean nothing.
Oh, credits are actually embarrassing at this
now.
point.
Like
it's actually embarrassing to have a credit.
Like there's a couple good ones. Like I'm still proud of like Conan. You know what I mean? But like I have like 30 TV shows, like 100 sexiest bodies on VH1.
How sad!
Like what the?
I know, Best Week Ever reboot.
I was Best Week Ever reboot, which like I thought because I was on Guy Code for the first season, I got fired from that. I told you why I got fired.
No,
right? I haven't told it a lot because now I'm past it. So, but it was the spring break episode, and I came in and I was relapsing at the time, and a full beer fell out of my jacket and rolled across to the producer, and I go, "It's a bit."
No, but also that is like perfect for spring break. It's like,
yeah, it is kind of perfect. Well, they didn't have me back, but then when Best Week Ever came, I'm like, this is gonna be the next big thing.
I was pissed when I didn't get Best Week Ever.
Canceled 2 seasons,
and then I was like, oh
my god, your dog is this stuffed animal right next to me.
When
he's hearing about my dying career, and it's getting him hard.
He's getting horny. He's just like mommy. He loves your failure. No, Randy. When we leave, Randy, we come home and he's got like his still kind of sticking out. Like he's just all of his toys.
Dude, my multi-poo Mushu just my arm every night. Like there's a picture of it on Soder's podcast.
Do you like it?
I just let it happen.
You can't fight it.
I disassociate. I do what I guess Sandusky's boys did. I just start like thinking about different things.
You think about different things. You bend over.
I bent over.
You try to move him to another area.
Mm-hmm. I have to hold. Well, Sarah gets pissed off because he fell off once while he was. And Sarah I have to hold him while he me like this.
That's so funny. Sorry, my chiropractor's is calling me.
Oh, that's pseudoscience.
I don't want to have anything. It's a crazy type of chiropractor.
I heard that they can really fuck you up.
This guy can't fuck you up because he's doing nothing. Like this is actually like the most charlatan thing I've ever done in my life. I don't even know what it's called. It was recommended to me. I don't even want to say the person's name. He goes like light, it's called like a light pressure or something. And he just like goes like, oh, this thing's out of alignment. And he just says a lot of words. And then he really tries to get you to do TM. He's always like, I did the TM.
Oh,
I did it back in the day.
I paid $2,000 to.
Yeah.
It's what you do when you come to LA. You think it's like, cause you're so miserable being in LA that you're like, okay, it's either this or join Scientology. And I'm like, I might as well join TM.
Scientology too, you're like, if they could guarantee me being like at the higher level of Scientology, I'd be in. But I'm not doing this sweeping the boat.
No, and you and I would be, we would be boat. I would be a boat sweeper.
I'm not sweeping the boat.
I mean, how do you decide? You can't decide though.
I had a shaman. I did this guy's program, and then his like father-in-law was a shaman, or his brother-in-law was a shaman or something. And they all moved to Arizona to like be near the shaman. And they're like, you should move to Arizona. I was like, I'm like a working, like I have the coolest life in the world. Like I'm not going to leave my cool life. And they were like, no, you can come. You'll wash his car for him and stuff. I'm like, I'm never going to be like the car washer with the shaman. Like I'm never going to be, you guys can be the car washers. Like I'm a touring
like
comedian.
The third wife or something.
Yeah. Like if he wants to bang me out and give me riches.
Yeah. But I'm not going to be that guy.
No, I'm lucky that my shaman is gay, my ayahuasca shaman's gay.
Yeah.
Which is like the Lord protecting me from having the lean in.
It's Harvey Firestein.
I just don't want to get,
Annie. Find the center. Find your center, Randy.
Well, now that Harvey's getting out, do you think he's going to start?
He's not getting
out. You don't think he's getting out?
He's still got a ton of charges in L.A. But Harvey Firestein playing Harvey Weinstein would be hilarious.
Wait, which one? Who's Harvey Firestein again?
He's the gay guy from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my God, yes, I love that guy.
That's what I was talking about. Let's see. Come here. You wanna make it big in this movie, Gwyneth Paltrow.
I want Bruce Valanche to play me in a movie.
Perfect. He died, right?
Did he die?
No. Wait, no, he's still alive. Bruce Valanche is still alive.
Did he die with his He-Man haircut?
Me and Mike Lawrence together look like Bruce Valanche.
Have you seen Mike?
I'm seeing him tonight, getting dinner.
Where are you guys getting dinner?
I don't know yet.
Is there a dollar dumpling place in LA? Dude, we were so broke. We were so good at being broke in New York, though.
We were pretty good. Yeah. I mean,
had a great life in New York.
Well, there were some places like Carmine's is good, and that wasn't too expensive. That was near us.
No, do you remember going to that dollar dumpling place with the
That
Lawrence
place
all
was
the time?
great.
It was so good. We go to
it
this
smelled weird, but it was great.
Well, we were in Chinatown. It smelled like straight, like cat.
Possum.
It was so nasty. It was like a fucking rotten hamster cage.
We were so poor. I was a little less poor than you at the time. Now I'm way more poor than you. But it was.
But you played poor on Jenks, World of Jenks.
I played poor on Jenks.
You got really mad when I told them the neighborhood you grew up in.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't grow up in the neighborhood. I grew up in Rutherford, New Jersey. And my dad did have money in high school and then didn't have it. My dad's like a writer. It's not like he had like Colgate money or something like that. So it was like really up and down, up and down. But you're right. I didn't.
But isn't it funny that like instinct to want people to think that we like had this horrible struggle, and not that like we did or didn't. Obviously, we have demons and shit.
Right.
But it's like it is like that. It's an interesting like to want to be portrayed. I guess because it's a larger league.
Because it's all you then. Because it's like all you if you made it.
But most people, I'm like really proud of Nepo Baby. I'm like good for you.
Most successful directors started out with money.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I know. It's
comedians, no, not so. Comedians either way could go either way. Like,
I'm like getting to the point where I'm like I really like a riches to riches story. Like I do want to hear like how being born rich made you richer.
Well, I think that's Nick Kroll's biography.
Is that amazing?
Yeah, I mean, he had he talked about it on stage. I think he had like a butler.
But what's kind of incredible about him too is he's cool
and funny and like legit,
really
like one of the funniest guys.
I always look at it like I think it was just the hater in me hating on people that grew up wealthy. But then I look at it, especially with Nepo babies, like why wouldn't? Because we're friends with Sosie Bacon, she's like an incredibly talented actress. She's totally
my wife
cool.
is on a Kevin Bacon movie now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or working on something.
What is it? Hollow Man 2?
Hollow Man 2. I remember Hollow Man.
Hollow Man
where he touched her.
That's the part you remember?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, you know what Dan's also famous from? Meat Stick. He had the best cameo in
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
Okay, so back in the day.
I have to hit up O'Connor. He's the one guy I haven't hit up on.
I have not talked to him in 25 years.
Funny guy, really funny. Like one of the funniest in-person people I've ever met.
So mean. But he's one of those people where it got annoying though, because he was so mean. Then he got successful and he learned that like once you're successful, you kind of like you can't really be mean, like
you can't be as mean.
And you don't want to be as mean, but it's like to watch him get away with like being like a kind man. I was like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? But I love Sean O'Connor.
But I think then you have to understand too, our generation was like the last mean to each other generation. Like after us, they're all like
that shift was really hard.
Snowflake.
That shift was hard. When I moved to LA,
we were all we were brutal to each other.
But don't you think it made us so funny?
I think it made us way funnier.
We were so funny because of it. We were just so mean to each other.
very mean. Like you would have to be like, hey, like you and I did this to each other one time. We were like, not this one. This one like hurt. This one hurts a little.
Well, we had a podcast for like 3 episodes, right?
People still like it. Trainwreck. I think we should bring it back. Now that I have $30 in my bank account, I'm down.
Well, what's annoying is that it would have been.
The problem is we would start and then like Mike would like burn a Israeli flag and then the show would be over.
I mean, Mike has leaned in hard. Every time I look at his story, he's like 20 babies in the past 5 minutes. I'm like, Mike, where's our comedy? Where are the jokes?
His special is incredible. It's one
but
of the funniest specials I've ever
seen. So funny.
Are they all?
They're all about Gaza.
Oh, really? It's not. He doesn't have any Cumtown stuff. I thought it was Cumtown.
No, people liked it. People are saying positive things, but they're all making fun of the Gaza stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his take.
Well, I mean, one of the funniest guys in New York.
He was also our
Who, if you
roommate.
met, like I was on his podcast a couple weeks ago, Out for Smokes, which is a fun show you should do if you haven't done it already. But I was talking about the fact that like it's crazy that the same guy who came up with that special, because it's so good,
Yeah,
is the same guy that when we moved him had pictures of alligators that he had drawn and pictures of he had drawn you and me specifically, our faces and the names of comedians underneath it, like stuff that like someone
when
truly
you're not
touched.
With your friends,
Like
when you're not with your friends,
touched.
you're not imagining they're sitting home drawing crayon pictures of you. Like
you're
like, whoa.
Do you remember that? Like, and it was like me and you like moving it. It was like that. If you ever seen the movie Zodiac, where Jake Gyllenhaal's in like the basement, like we had that look on our face where like we pulled out like.
It was really troubling. Well, when we lived together, Mike slid under my door. He slid a stick figure of a guy holding a gun to a girl's head while she's him, and he pointed you and me, and he slid it under my door. It was so funny, and
it was like his stick figures. He would have given like giant.
Oh my god!
Like nothing would be proportionate except for the like the in the stick figure were bigger than your.
Yes, it's like comedically, like he's a grown up.
Yeah.
But then in his brain, it's like third grade. It's like
God was just like all stand up, all the good stuff in the stand up.
Yes, we're gonna only give him this, and we're gonna make it really hard for him to succeed even at this because there's other parts. Do you remember? Wasn't it you that got him like a meeting with a commercial agent or something?
He
and
farted
he
during it.
Yeah.
And he said he blamed it on a ghost.
He said, "Did a ghost fart?"
I never got an audition for that one again. And that was I booked a gig. I brought him in. It was me, Sean Patton, and I booked something with Sean. It was Sean Donnelly, me, Kevin McCaffrey, and somebody else.
Oh, I remember.
Colin
that
Dempsey.
Was another relapse.
I didn't actually drink that trip, which was crazy. But the next one, she was excited to bring me in again, so I brought Mike in, and he like said he farted, and it started to smell like a fart. And she goes, "Wait, did you actually fart?" And he goes, "Yeah."
I know it's the and it's like his
it was like
eyes.
11 a.m. in this commercial audition space.
He's always looking around with shifty eyes, like you're gonna catch what he's really doing, or like you can read his thoughts. He's always like, I hope they can't hear what I'm.
But sometimes it's just like eating like a granola bar. Like it's not like it's like how a dog gets scared.
Yeah, he's scared of any. Yeah.
But check out his special. Very funny.
Check out his special. He's good at two things.
He's
blowing
sauce.
Auditions
and sauce. Is he good at sauce?
Oh my god! Remember when we posted a picture of Dan and I were like co-headlining. This was like
that
10
was
years
so
ago.
funny.
We're like co-headlining, and I posted a picture of the three of us.
And then one of the two of us are headlining
in Irvine, and one of us is selling lots of sauce out of the trunk of the car.
So you're so mean, man.
I miss being mean, and it's like
you can't be mean in LA. You can't be mean,
and
in the same way.
And it was like mean in a way that was so loving and endearing. Like it wasn't.
No, like you have to be mean here, like in a way of like the roasty way, where you have to say the N-word and stuff. Like instead of like getting into like what's wrong with the person, that's where it's the meanest. You just
you get really to it.
It's like Star Wars when they see like the little opening and then they shoot and it blows up. That's
yes, but you give them an opportunity to change and grow. We'll come back and you're really good.
Yeah.
I know, and it's like I feel like I had more of a better sense of humor than too. Like here in LA, when people try to make fun of me, they never get the right thing. They do some like thing that's not like. Yeah. They just pick a thing. Like they'll make a joke like about me not having a dad or something. I'm like, I have a dad. You have a. It's like get me on
no, that's the one thing that's working. How's your dad doing, by the way?
He's great. He's hilarious.
And here's your mom.
She's good. My mom stopped being a bitch. It's really weird.
Yeah.
She's like a nice, like she'll call me. She'll be like, I was meditating. You came into my meditations. I think about my girl every morning. I'm like, what the
Maybe she got the right type of dementia, you know?
Where the nice
like
one?
Marin was saying his dad is like really nice now because he's got dementia.
I know. Marin's like starting to post pictures with him finally. Well, I was like, I always go up after Marin. I love going up after him and being like, I mean, look at this guy. His dad's 97 years old, still talking shit on him. He's on his way out, Marin, right? And then I went up after him a couple months ago, and he's like, my dad just turned 84 or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, your dad's my dad's age. I was like, the oldest man I've ever seen in comedy, which is Mark Maron.
Mark looks great for 60.
Does he not look amazing?
He looks like it makes me realize how shitty I look where I'm like, oh, this is like what you're supposed to look like at 60.
Well, if you quit drinking and did yoga every day.
Well, I have quit drinking. Future showrunners, I've quit drinking, and we're working on the food.
You know what it is?
As
Here's
I
the
hold
thing.
my Bob's Big
Are
Boy
you?
head.
How many meetings are you? Are you going to a lot of meetings?
I went to a meeting today before this.
Oh, really? Did you
In
tell?
between
Did
this,
you share?
I listened to an audio meeting. I didn't go to one, but
Thank you for. See, you're working on your little lies.
Thank you. I went to a meeting on Sunday though. I went to an in-person.
That's
meeting
actually
on Sunday.
so much easier to just listen when you can fast forward.
They have that AA Sobercast thing you can just listen to.
Oh my God, that's.
But
so
you
much
don't do
better.
that. You went for a little bit. And
I
then you
would
don't like
relapse if I was talking about the good old times every day.
Right.
Are you kidding me? I would sit in AA meetings and I'd be like,
some of your bottoms were fun. Like you would tell me some of your bottoms, and I'd be like, oh, that's kind of
it was
fun.
cute. They're cute stories. I don't want to keep telling my cute stories. I want to move on. I don't think about drinking ever. If I were going to AA, I'd be reminded.
You have no urges.
Never.
No, that's amazing. I do miss weed. That's something I have urges for. But
weed to me didn't work in any sort of creative way, so that's why
it definitely
I don't
didn't
miss
work in
it.
a creative way. But like booze, I know I can't. Like I know I can't.
Okay, do you know what I have done? I've done a while. This is my new thing. I barter with myself where I go, okay, I will smoke weed when I make $100 million. Like I make it so crazy that it's like if I smoke weed, I'm never going to be the richest person on earth. Like I give myself like weird, like
right. Well, I mean that's smart.
Do you know what I mean? Or like, I mean, I could make it easier. Like my friend was like, "Why didn't you just say like $1 million?" And I was like, "Because I want it to be like a thing that's like feels impossible or whatever."
But I can't. That's this time I can't drink because I don't think like Sarah's like I don't have another one in me. You can't.
I mean, how she handled.
I mean,
how many times did you relapse in your marriage?
A couple times.
You're so full of shit. How many's a couple?
A couple. I don't know.
I don't know. I lost count.
This was the best. I'm not going to tell like the dramatic. This was pretty. Or I guess I blacked out, and she found me in the car with like a phone and the Google Maps open, and I had a pain clinic in Florida pulled up on the.
Oh my God.
So I was about to like drive to Tampa to do pills.
Maybe you like knew you were going to crash, so you were like, "I'm going to get the pills for the injuries."
I love my wife, man. She doesn't deserve that, so I'm not going to drink.
She's
anymore.
amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like you do have to barter it with something. Like you have to be like, and I was lucky when I quit drinking. It was the same time I started comedy. When you left, you were disgusted with me and Mike. When you left,
I was getting
because we took your you.
You know what it is? I had a girlfriend at the time,
and she was disgusted.
And she was probably just, but now she's disgusted. That girl I've long since broken up with.
I remember her.
Probably disgusted with me. So
her face was never happy, and maybe it was just because I was there when I was seeing her face.
She had to, see me every day too.
She may have been. You know what I remember about you too? I'd be like, "How was your date with so and so?" And you would be like, "Oh, it was good, man. I bent her over the sink. I spread her cheek."
Oh, no, then, come on.
No, you would be like, you would tell me details where I was like, Dan, I literally meant like, did you get food?
Well, none of us in that house had filter. We all told like,
it was so
I immediately
crazy.
knew
Like,
whoever you were dating. I immediately knew how big their was within like 10 minutes. You're like, oh, it's okay.
Oh my God.
And then
the guy I was dating.
But I know you're truthful about because like even guys you don't like, you always tell the actual what. But I'm sorry to do this in front of you. But you never lied about it because you could still hate a guy and be like, all right, he had a big hog.
His huge balls.
Huge balls. Me too.
No, I saw them at the pizza pasta party.
Remember that.
Dan had an epic relapse at our apartment where he like to bribe us to like leave him alone because we were going to take him to a meeting. So it was like us, and then we had our friend Brian Baldinger come over who was also sober.
I saw him at Moon Tower. Shout out Brian.
Shout out! I thought you were gonna say shout out Moon Tower. I'm sure it's one of the last. I mean, these festivals are dropping like flies.
Right? Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? I don't think they ever made money. They were just like someone's passion project, and then that person is like aging out of doing a passion project.
Right, for sure. Also, it's like who would like the amount of work to put together a comedy festival?
Just do open mics. Like it's just someone that wanted to do comedy at some point was like, instead of doing comedy, I'll organize comedy. It's like just do it.
And it's just like even like the airport stuff, like having to pick up all these comics from airports at different times.
Oh, it's so annoying. And it's very important. They're always like, go for Sally or whatever. You're like,
yeah.
The best of all of the festivals is Skankfest. It's
I'm doing it for the first time. Are you doing it in September?
Yes. Are you bringing a sober companion? Bring your wife.
I was nervous about bringing my wife, but maybe I'll bring my wife. She's coming to me in Vegas in June.
She'll have fun. Listen, she's gonna have fun. It's like a fun time. But you should have.
She would like hanging out with you. There's a couple people she would dig hanging out with.
I may be on acid. I'm going to be completely honest.
She would, yeah. Maybe I'll keep her away from you then. But she would,
I'm delightful and acid. I go, am I cold? I keep asking people, am I cold?
that's so spooky. That's
Guys,
like
am I
you
cold?
sound like that's like what you would say if you were murdered.
I
that
just
was your
remember going,
ghost.
like, am I cold? And then I went and I found like this guy Yoni, who's Tony's assistant. He was like, oh, I know where like the hoodies are.
Yeah.
So I went and I like grabbed a Skankfest hoodie.
Yeah.
And I like went and told some comics. I was like, oh yeah, the hoodies are. And then they're like, you stole a hoodie? And I'm like tripping. So I'm like, I stole it. And then I like go to Rebecca and I'm like, Rebecca, it's fine that I have this. And Rebecca's like, go for Christine. What size is it? She took an XXL. I'm like, I think it's fine. Christine was like, I think it's okay. Christine's like, what? Rebecca's like charging me for it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm the Skank and Skankfest. Hello. But y'all have fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I like this. I mean, I love Lewis and Jay.
It's like I hate
Dave.
to just admit it, but it's like the Skankfest.
Well, here's the thing.
People. They're my people.
It's like that's the comedy. Like that's what you want to. You want to be at a comedy festival where Annie's on acid. You don't want to be at a comedy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be at a comedy festival where like Annie's like meeting someone from CAA.
Yeah.
You
oh
know?
my god. Those were such a trip. Montreal was so. Were you at the same Montreal as me? No.
No, I
You were a
wasn't.
year
I did it
before,
a couple times, but I don't think I did it with you ever.
No, but so then you actually were the one that outed the rumor about me because we did a roast. We did a roast.
I thought it was fair.
You thought it was true.
I don't know if it was true or not, but we were both.
What do you mean you don't know it was true? I told you it wasn't true.
We were both being.
I told you it wasn't
I know
true.
it's now true, but at the time I didn't.
You were like, oh, yeah.
I know it's not true, but we were both being as hurtful as possible
No, it
in
was
that
great.
roast.
No, it was great.
It was like really bad.
It was great. No, you just stumbled over your words twice.
You said I was like Bill Cosby in that roast, and then you said I looked like a body that washed up on the beach, which is kind of true. I look more like that now than I did then.
I think I said you look like a gumshoe. There was something like you look like a gumshoe detective.
I do. I have a joke where I do look like Ryan Dunn with a shellfish allergy.
Oh my god, you do.
Yeah, like
you
just
do look
pluffed
just
up.
like him.
I just puffed up. He was way skinnier. He's dead.
He's the one that died.
Died car accident. I'm still kicking, baby. 40 next month. Big 4-0.
I know. That's why I think.
How old are you? You 40?
I turned 40. Yeah.
I'm scared.
You just have to be like, okay, this part of my life is over. I'm now truly a grown up.
Yeah.
There's no more being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And there's just no relapsing anymore.
No relapsing.
This is you quit drinking for good now.
Yes.
You're
you're seeing my eyes. They start Googling around like a gremlin. I do not want to lose my marriage. I don't even give a fuck about my career. I don't want to lose my marriage.
But you need to start caring about your career too. Your marriage is there already. You need to start caring about yourself. You need to start it's like, how much are you going to let yourself down? You don't want to let yourself down.
I know. No, I don't want to. I mean, I've talked about this. I don't want to be like that guy who's like, oh, I could have been something.
But you can do it. You can never drink again. You can totally do it.
I know I can't drink again. I know.
But I'm saying you can do it.
Oh, I know.
I'm not saying you can't.
No,
I'm just saying
I've done
the opposite end of like, I can't relapse again because don't even think about that. It's like you can have all the success that you want.
Right.
You can be the sober person.
I mean, it's for being as, I want to say a fuck up, or for relapsing as much as I have, I've done some cool stuff. So if I don't, things will be fine.
And just fuck yourself up with food. Fuck yourself up with other things.
I know. The food is bad too.
Just get on Ozempic. Dude, I'm on Ozempic.
You're on Ozempic?
It's so easy.
How much weight did you lose from that?
35 pounds.
Really? You good.
I was a porker. I kind of wish I was fat when you got here though. It would be fun.
Yeah, it would have been funnier to make. I don't love the fact that you're thin now.
Well, Tim was so funny because I was telling people I was on Ozempic like right when I started. He goes, stop telling people you're not thin, Annie. It's embarrassing. Don't tell people you're on it. You are not thin. And then he told me, it's whenever he's eating ice cream, he gets really mean. And he'll like lick an ice cream when I see it. His eyes, they go zzz, and I go, oh no, what's he about to do? He'll point with the ice cream cone and he'll go, the last time he goes, oh, what are we doing here? We're going to start getting work. He's like, we're going to start getting work done here, right? He was like telling me, I was like, it's not right here. I'm like, oh my God.
What have you done? You do Botox?
No, I don't do anything.
You don't do anything?
I have not yet looked at my face and wanted it to change.
It's going to be funny when you make the decision and then you start getting like lion face, and like you're really creepy like Mickey Rourke face.
Because you do see some of the people in our industry that started younger and they're fine, like because you're used to it.
Well, the plastic surgery's gotten better though.
Yeah, well,
the plastic surgery's gotten better.
Young people have facelifts now,
which is that's a lot.
But
I think
can
that's
tell
a lot.
It's like the ears. You can tell the ears are like low.
Like they have studs in them.
Low. Like the ears are like the earlobes like
I want to
at the
hear
thing.
who's had facelifts after this podcast.
It's not comics that I know
Right.
of.
Okay.
But I love my friends because
There's a couple male comics who've had work done for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it worked. Let's just say the work worked.
yeah, it's true.
It's a shocking new thing because we were supposed to be pigs. We were supposed to be disgusting
Well,
pigs.
I
back
think
in
the
day.
elevation of Matt Rife proves that women are shallow too. Like it was
Mhm.
nice to be like, because for a while it would be like, we're not shallow. And then it's like, oh no, you're just as like monkey brained as we are.
But he did something where he made like fat like secretaries think that he would like something happened where they thought
Right.
they could get him.
Which is crazy because it's like if you're a fat secretary and someone's gonna fuck you, it's gonna be Nancy.
Like he just, I don't know what, I think it's because he dated older women for a while. So they're like,
Yeah.
oh, if he'll date an older woman.
Which is he dated Kate Beckinsale.
I know.
That's
Remember
like,
that?
the hottest older woman ever.
Guys, look, I'm busy. I'm on the road. I'm working on my special. I'm entertaining guests. I'm busy. I'm going to the beach every day. I don't have time to do certain things, okay? But I need to keep my man satisfied, okay? We need to make sure the poison is out of his snake, okay? And I'm not talking about his reptiles. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful that the machines are taking over. In this case, AI is A-okay with I, all right? And speaking of I, his one-eyed snake does enjoy this
Piece of equipment.
Okay?
Show them off.
And yes, I am talking about
The Auto Blow
the Auto Blow.
Ultra.
It actually looks a lot. Mine's very see-through as well. It actually does a little blue. It's got bluish tones. This is exactly what you think it is. Auto Blow is the blow genie machine. Its AI takes data from hundreds of hours of blow genie videos and has turned it into a truly incredible device. Like this is saving our marriage.
So guys, what it does is it watches the bad videos that you're watching and the AI simulates it going up and down. Go ahead, press that power button on the bottom there. Hold that in. Oh, look at that. Now press the play button there. Oh.
Ooh, for a more romantic one.
That's no, leave that on.
Okay. Oh, this is
That's the bottom, yeah. And the bottom has it's got some lips on there so you could
oh, she's pretty.
you could stick your googingly in there.
It looks just like me.
So you put your googingly in there.
You put your Gugano in there.
You sync the machine up to your
in the
computer.
fake Vujano or Mathano.
And it cranks your hog to the girl cranking the hog in the video.
And I will tell you, we are usually an open door while in the bathroom policy home. But Todd's all of a sudden been taking longer SHITs with the door SHUT.
I've been taking a lot more poops lately.
Let's just say he's getting what is that called when you give a bleach on while they're pooping? A blumpkin?
A blump?
He's been blumcanoing, okay? The Auto Blow's founder even conducted a vulva beauty pageant to 3D scan the world's most attractive vulvas to add them onto this device. And guys, obviously this is what my vulva looks like. This is exactly what it looks like. This is mine. Actually looks like my Bugano. That's serious commitment to make sure you have the best experience possible. It's time to start having the best bijanos of your life. Head to autoblow.com and use code Annie to snag 10% off your order. That's autoblow.com, code Annie for 10% off the Bijano of your life.
Go ahead, press the plus button and see how fast it goes. Keep going.
This is more like me. This is why I got TMJ. Remember the shake weight? Shout out to Astepro for sponsoring this episode and providing the show with free samples. Because allergies are the worst just in general. Todd and I both have seasonal allergies. It makes us snore at night because our noses are clogged. Our mouths are gaping open. We're just snoring like crazy. We've been looking for the best allergy medicine ever. I have so many of these just all over my house. I have them all in my purse, all in my car, everywhere. This spring has been really bad though. It's been grosser than usual. Thank God for Astepro. Guys, I've been snotting all over this joint, okay? There's been boogers. This is booger central in Anniewood, and I'm so glad that we got Astepro Allergy. I am so grateful for them. Astepro is the first of its kind nasal allergy spray. Other nasal sprays take hours to kick in, but this stuff starts working in 30 minutes, which is great when I have to record a podcast. I don't want to be all nasally up here. Or just breathe the outside air in general. It's the fastest 24-hour over-the-counter allergy spray, and it's the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. I don't want to be getting a thick neck. It delivers full prescription strength indoor and outdoor allergy relief from nasal congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing. Get fast-acting nasal allergy symptom relief with Astepro. Go to asteproallergy.com for a discount so you can Astepro and go today. ASTEPRO allergy.com. That's asteproallergy.com. Astepro and go. Todd and I got into we were watching a bunch of old Nick Cannon show. What is the show? Wild 'N Out. It really is a fun show.
I've only seen like the Zendaya clip with him, and I've seen some of Maddie's stuff.
I watch Maddie. Yeah. I'll watch like a whole Maddie like montage.
Maddie will do like she raps and stuff.
Yeah, and they'll be like, they always just call her Maddie with the flatty. I mean, it's like.
Would you ever have done that show back in the day? Probably.
I think I wouldn't have had the confidence to do it.
I would not have. That's one.
But
I
wouldn't. I think now I'm like, I think I could spit.
It's still on now, right?
Yeah. It
feels like one of the few successful shows. That and the Rob Dyrdek show.
I know. Have you been following Rob Dyrdek? It's kind of amazing. So he has like a podcast and all this stuff about maximizing like making your life efficient and stuff, but it's crazy. It's like every minute of the day is planned. Like everything's time blocked. Like he schedules in like family time.
He's like a skateboarder who watches like balls kicking in videos.
But it's like wild. It's like amazing. It's so like, I was talking to my friend. He's like, who is that for? I was like, me. I am the audience for that. I have like this delusion in my head that I'm going to wake up without ADD one day and just be able to just efficiently set my time together.
Yeah, I mean.
Be like, Todd, our hang time's over. Kiss, kiss, goodbye.
I mean, that'd be amazing to get successful enough at one thing that I could like start something that I'm clearly unqualified for.
Yes.
You know? Like if I started, like the easy example is like rapping, but like for wrestling, like CM Punk was a wrestler and he was like, I'm going to be a UFC fighter now. And he actually did it and got his like ass destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I always think that that's true success when you can fail. Like when you are like Bruce Willis and you're singing with have you ever seen that Bruce Willis singing with the Temptations? He's making the Temptations sing back up while he's singing.
Well, let me tell you right now, he thinks he's singing with the Temptations and he's currently.
Right now, hopefully he's not near a boardwalk.
Oh God, we hope. No, so I think about this. I think like the thing with people that, and maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Is it that people who are born with money see their family pay people to do all the stuff for them? Or are people that are successful like, because they're not doing stuff themselves? Like,
I think it's both. I think the answer is both. Because I don't know, did that guy start out with money?
Which one?
Rob Dyrdek?
No, you know what he did? He got hypnotized.
Really? Maybe I need that.
I do hypnosis.
You do hypnosis?
I love it. You should do hypnosis.
I wake up and I have like a bussy.
You hypnotize yourself into transitioning.
I wake up and I'm like eating my own And you're like, Manny, what did you do?
Todd wakes me up with a mangina every morning.
Oh yeah, little butt in the back. Hey Randy, you're so cute.
Isn't he the cutest thing?
He's looking at me now.
I love your dogs too. Your dogs are adorable.
Yeah, they're great. We have the same taste in dogs. Just fun, white.
Just like cute and ugly.
Just cute little. Well, Goldie's not ugly. She's very beautiful.
Well, he's ugly. Look at him. Look at
I don't
his
think
teeth.
he's ugly. He's handsome.
I will call him ugly when someone else does. I get a little bit.
I would not like that at all.
There's this woman goes like, "Oh,
I don't-
look at his ugly teeth." I want to be like, "Look at your ugly face, you old
Yeah,
bitch!" Like, are you kidding me?
He's cute. Whatever. He's got like British actor teeth.
Yes, he's Hugh Grant.
He's Hugh Grant. Oh, he's so cute. No, I love dogs, man.
There was a thing where this actress, which actress was it? Some actress said that there was some actor that she worked with that yelled at her so much that she'd never work with him again, but she said it on a podcast and that she didn't say who it was.
Mhm.
So everyone's like trying to guess who it was, and they're between Hugh Grant and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I think she said it wasn't Hugh Grant. Do you think Jake Gyllenhaal?
I've never heard that about him. That he's a yeller.
A yeller?
But I've heard
can you imagine?
I mean, I've heard a bunch of actors are yellers, but
Isn't that crazy? But
it was a different
Nepo
time.
baby.
What did his dad do?
Will you look that up, Todd?
What?
Who his dad? What
I
his
guess
dad
I'm
was?
technical, like not really though, like because my dad was in the business. Does that mean
Playwright.
Nepo baby? Yeah, that's not the same thing. I mean, he's written on TV shows and movies, but Nepo baby,
Well, you got the part, the
if you have
drug
to-
addiction part.
yeah, that's true. If you stay in LA, I feel like he could have been like a multimillionaire, but that didn't happen.
He chose a different path.
He chose a different path. Let's put on off Broadway plays instead.
He wanted like art.
Yeah,
Big mistake.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Have you seen him in Roadhouse? The movie's
I
terrible.
didn't watch it yet.
It's terrible. The movie's really bad, but he is cut, dude. He's an American film director and poet. His dad's a poet. What does that
so
even mean?
Funny.
What are you talking about? You're a poet.
Dude, I would be so pissed if my face came out Maggie Gyllenhaal and my brothers came out Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, she's got a thing about her. I'm not
No,
saying
she's
anything.
cute.
Yeah, she's cute, but it's
She's
like he's like
cute.
a smoking hot.
She's cute. She's hot in that movie Secretary, but he's like, he's
but he's like
insane.
smoking hot and she's like a weird hot.
He's smoking hot, and in Roadhouse too, he's like cut.
That's what their dad looks
unbelievable.
like. The dad's like very conventionally handsome. Let's
yeah.
see this ugly mom. She's got to be hideous.
She's
No,
fine.
She
She's
just looks
fine.
like Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, she's fine. But what movies did he direct? Because he's not making money from poetry. There's no way Stephen Gyllenhaal is making money from poetry.
People ask, one of the top searches were if Maggie and Jake have the same parents because they look so different. Like, this can't be.
What is it? Oh, he's got a lot. But are they any? Is there any big ones?
Girl Fight. Remember Girl Fight?
This is all Gyllenhaal. Oh, he's ton. He has a ton of. Wow, you can make money that way though, big time.
It's commercials. I want to get into directing commercials.
Dude, apparently that's like the sweetest spot. Like if you,
Yeah, my friend from college hit me up.
hey buddy, you did Twin Peaks. That's cool.
He directed how many episodes?
Yeah.
One episode.
Is that did you do the new one or the old one? Old one.
1991.
That was a great show.
Yeah, it was good. But you know what? Okay.
By the end of it, it kind of jumped the shark.
Well, the
man.
thing that kind of annoys me, because I read listened, let's be real, David Lynch's book.
Oh yeah, the one the big fish.
About
I actually just
TM,
touched your
which is
dog's
just-
penis. I'm sorry.
It's very tiny.
Yeah.
For you to touch it, you
That
had to
reminds
really
me of
try.
my penis.
You had to really try. He's got a micro dick. But okay, so David Lynch and his TM, it's basically a TM commercial.
Yeah,
Um,
I love that book.
but you fell for
Yeah, of
Transit on my
course.
vision
I'm
too.
like,
Me too.
yeah.
I also still in my head, I'm like, I didn't do it hard enough. I could be Jerry Seinfeld. They just have such a good roster. Everything is about having a celebrity roster. I could become like the most famous like cult leader or guru if I get enough famous
Just
people
invite
in my
celebrities to do
roster.
the podcast. You have enough people now that you can just get random celebrities.
You
You're just
know
not
who didn't-
entertaining. You're just not entertaining.
You
That's the
know who
problem.
didn't respond to me? Who I was shocked?
Who?
Adam Dirts from Counting
He-
Crows.
He doesn't need it because he's got all that money.
But why would he not do?
I heard he's like drunk. He's like drunk a lot.
Doesn't that sound fun? I'm gonna be like, were you at the Viper Room when
He's physically incapable of counting crows anymore.
That's how he falls asleep. Oh
But
my God.
that guy's hilarious because he like Jennifer Aniston
He
and
got
Courtney
all
Cox.
the girls.
He all these hot girls, and then he just got fat as and
Oh,
drunk
well,
as fuck.
I heard that the dreads were fake too. He had like a hairpiece.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Can you imagine? You're like Jennifer Aniston, and you
the
have to like
sideshow
pop your
bob
thing.
wig falls off.
If Jennifer Aniston's like truly as funny as I think she might be,
Yeah.
I would hope she took it and made it like a merkin. He's like, look. I really love Jennifer Aniston.
He was like sad though. Like that's why he was like I used to listen to it in the middle school. I would like cry.
Oh, I loved Counting
listening
Crows.
to like I'm colorblind.
Oh yeah. Omaha,
somewhere in middle America. And then the next stuff is all Shrek shit. It's like he just sold out to like
he's like
write about Shrek.
He's like, I got fat, I gotta do something.
I do appreciate he didn't try to keep writing sad songs.
I actually don't mind a sellout. Do it. It's like, here's the thing. How many good albums would he have in him left? Like, is he gonna just do the thing? Because we went to we saw Nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty sad watching them have to try to sneak in new songs. Like nobody wants to hear your new
Nobody
stuff.
wants to hear new songs.
They want to hear the hits. So it's like you can't, as an artist, you're stuck.
Yeah, but
So
how great would that be as a comic, though? It was so
it would be
easier.
amazing. I know
just,
we
like,
did the
come up
opposite.
with, like,
What a
2
nightmare.
new minutes every night.
I'm kind of hoping that what's happening
Every
with
hour,
the
yeah.
viral clips and everything will change that, where people want to hear
Well, it happens for big comics. I think like
with Gaffigan.
like
and shit,
Gaffigan,
yeah.
and but not just him. There's like a couple really big ones that like I heard someone recently would be like, "Hey, what? I want to do new stuff." Like, and I would have loved that problem where it's just like, do this, do that. Like, just,
But you can get people on board too if you say, "Hey, do you guys want to hear me do new joke?" Like they do get excited, and you can almost open mic.
Yeah,
They get like really invested.
yeah.
Kill Tony, bringing open mics to America.
I'm so excited to go back to New York and work on new bits.
Oh, it's just
So
there's
fun.
nothing better. It's hard to explain to people that don't do comedy. It's like a new bit is $1 million. Like
The
it's
new
not.
bit
It doesn't.
that
It
works,
feels like there's. It's like if someone just was like, "Here's $1 million. I just want you to have this."
I mean, like, I would prefer more money, but if the one thing you can get from comedy, like starting out, is writing a new bit that works and the high, you can always have that. You can go to an open mic and do that. And
Well,
have
what
it.
I loved was, okay, so back in the day, Dan and Mike Lawrence ran this mic called the Woodshed, and it was at Legion Bar in Brooklyn.
People still talk about that mic, which is crazy.
I know, because it was the best.
Yeah.
And it was because you
It
guys
was-
were mean. Because you guys were mean.
Well, we would also have Ray, I haven't seen him forever, but Ray Higgs would.
Oh my God,
and
no,
he was the
Ray
great,
Combs.
Ray Combs, sorry, not Ray Higgs.
Ray
Higgs is another
Combs
guy.
Jr.
Ray Combs was the funniest guy.
Guys, you know who Ray Combs was senior? He was the guy that
Yeah.
he was the
He had a great joke about his dad himself. He would be like, people think I should be upset my dad himself in the closet, but that's where you hang shit.
yeah, he was the best. But he
But
would
then
like
he got
pull his
choked.
dick out. Remember he started pulling his
He did great. Like the one day he did it, he was amazing. And then the next day he got choked out. The next time he hosted, he got choked. But he was the best Woodshed host ever.
But it was really like, it was a shit show. It was on
It was a shit
Saturdays,
show.
right?
Yeah, we had Missy Hyatt host one time.
I don't remember
She was
Missy Hyatt.
she was an old pro wrestler. You want to Google image Missy Hyatt? She used to fuck all the wrestlers.
Okay, I think
But she's
I
gonna
remember.
look like you. Like you're gonna look like Missy Hyatt in like 20 years. Yeah, she's like known for like blowing all the wrestlers.
Oh my God.
She was hosting, and then yeah.
Can you look at her now, Bo?
Oh, dude, Missy Hyatt now.
Now is where it's at. Oh. Actually,
Not bad. I
not
would still hit
horrible.
it.
Not horrible. She just made her lips very big.
It was too big. It was too big of a. Yeah, she flew too close to the sun. I
Yeah,
guess,
she
the plastic
did.
surgeon son.
Oh my God, look at this.
Big.
This is exciting.
You should do the podcast, Missy.
This is amazing.
Come on Annie's podcast.
Please come on, Anniewood. Yeah, it was fun, but it was because it was one you wanted to do well at, so you would kind of spend the whole week
Like writing new bits
preparing
for
your
that.
bit for that.
Yeah.
I don't think I was ever more prolific than those times too. I mean, I was like really.
Well, I don't go to open mics anymore, but I do like. I don't think I want to.
I'm never going to an open mic again.
I mean, you just have to get through that. Like it's one of those things. I went to one about a year and a half ago and I actually had a great set at like the Grizzly Bear. But like I was like, I'm just gonna keep that as my last open.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
like,
you're never. Dan, you're not allowed.
yeah,
I ban you from that. We want you to survive.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can't. I mean, but
You
I
just
don't
put
think.
it in the
But dude,
middle of
people
your
don't
set
like.
somewhere
People
else.
like can release a special now. Like I respect you because you haven't released a special yet.
Mhm.
People like are 6 months into open mics.
No,
and
I
they release
know.
a
It's
fucking
just
special.
for me.
I
I
have my
want
s-
it to be special.
I've been doing comedy. If you take off 2 years, I took off like 16 years, right? And like I have 2 specials that
Right.
whole time, 2 albums, but there's out material on those specials on the albums.
Yeah.
So it's like why these people who like get a year in and release
Yeah,
a
it's
special, I'm
very
like it's
weird.
mentally ill.
They're
It's
like, it
mentally
kills.
ill.
You're like, no, come
No,
on.
it doesn't,
It doesn't
dude.
kill.
You can't like don't even think about it until you're like fucking 4 years in or
Yeah.
5. Honestly, 5 or 6 years
Or
in.
they're used to doing like bringer shows. It's like,
Right.
yeah, you're killing because it's like your friend. You
Yeah,
made your
it's a
friends
fake
come.
audience,
Yeah.
dude. But people do that. I mean, they just and some of them get a lot of fucking views.
I know. It's a
Like
weird.
the hot girls get like a ton. The new hot girl comics, they'll be
Yeah.
like doing it, a year and then have a special that has like 1 million views.
The amount of simps that exist in this world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's wild. And we love you. Thank you for being here.
I'm not gonna tell you too, but a friend of mine from high school, like who's seen me do comedy and seen me do well. So he's seen me bomb too. But like he's like, hey, do you want to come with me to this show? This girl, and I was like, you're gonna like, what you've seen my comedy.
Yeah, you
like,
know
it's
what I
like,
do,
yeah,
yeah.
like seriously? She goes, oh no, I think she's funny. I was
Oh
like,
my
"No, you
God.
don't. I'll talk to you about it.
It's just sad too, because it's like you age out of that,
Yeah.
That's like not a, it's just, there's not a,
Well, there's a specific type of sad dude that follows female comedians that thinks that they can like somehow like land them.
well, that's like what actually does like hurt my feelings too. Cause it's like, you've seen me in this like power position too. Like I just like
Yeah.
handled a room for an hour. Like I just made you
Yeah.
guys laugh for a full hour. And then you think I'm going to leave that to you. I'm going to let you like off on my feet.
Oddly specific, but yeah.
So when I first started getting like a simp following and it would be men like, I really want to send you presents and stuff. I was like, ew. So I made them send me weapons. I said, you can send me
That's right,
weapons
'cause of that
to protect
documentary
me. Oh yeah.
from
Well, the
Tiffany
documentary
one,
from
yeah.
Tiffany. Yeah. My friend Sean made that.
That's hilarious.
Did you do something with Sean back in the
Sean
day?
who? Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnelly. He did
Oh
a
my God. You
pilot.
worked with everyone.
Yeah, it was good. It was a fun pilot.
Oh my God. Remember the
obviously
days of
didn't get
just
made.
like, I can't believe you're still in the world of like hustling to get things made. That's so stressful.
Dude, it's like
Well, you just don't, you know what it is? You
I
just
still
don't
have,
have
I mean, I still have
control.
something alive. This Peacock show could actually happen, but
No, it's like cool and it's fun. I'm starting to write stuff more. I never really even focused on
there's
that.
just not a lot of stuff being made now, and I'm developing a bunch of different things. There's not.
What
See,
it
now
is-
I immediately become less funny as soon as I start talking about.
No,
You can
but
actually you can see my soul leave my face
Yeah.
when I talk about the development process.
Well, because the development process has nothing to do with you. It's like gambling or like it's just putting all of your fate in someone else and like a group of people, a board of people that are
Yeah.
all trying to like push something forward that they're pretending was their idea. You know what I mean? There's just so many things going on that have nothing to do
Right.
with you or how good your thing is. So it's frustrating. That's why stand-up rules, because it's just our thing.
stand-up. I mean, stand-up. It's the I was saying it's Chris McGuire was like the head writer at Not Safe with Nikki Glaser, and I've worked with him on the roasts. And
I like
it's
Chris, yeah.
really good guy. But he's like best way if you can make money from stand-up, it's the best job in the
Yeah.
world. But not a lot of people can make money from stand-up. So
Watching you bomb is my favorite thing, by the way.
it's tough. I'm a
'Cause you
tough
have act outs-
bomb.
Well, he has like act outs, like you really like you get into because you're
I've
an
gotten
actor
a little
too.
bit better since you have seen me bomb, but like I bomb hard.
No, he sweats. It's like it's really like watching you know
It's like
that you're
watching
going to go into
a
the
newscaster have a mental breakdown.
Well, what it is
Mhm.
it's knowing, you know that the last part is an act out. And so the first part didn't work. So you're not going to land this act out. So you're
Yeah.
but you have to finish it. So it's you gearing up to do the act out that you know is going to bomb. And it's like an act out when it works is beautiful. An act out when it doesn't work,
course.
you're like, who am I?
Yeah, when it act out, like, yeah, dude. I mean, you've seen me bomb probably in some ways where
We've all seen each other,
we're
but that
all-
was fun.
Like you hear the breath
Oh.
afterwards. You're like,
I will say the best thing about Brian Baldinger is that it was fun to bomb in front of him because you would hear him cackling in the background.
right.
He always made you at least know that you were giving him joy.
I guess my favorite bomb. I guess Norm Macdonald, when he would bomb, he would like lean into it more. So
Mhm.
like he was bombing, I guess, at the Ice House, and like instead of like trying to like win him back, he just took out a 10-minute poem on Joe DiMaggio and read it, and people like got violently angry. They're like, "What the fuck is this? This is a comedy."
You know what I was thinking about the mean thing? I was thinking it didn't, the mean thing in New York. I am happy for people that have found success escaping us and coming to LA because Morgan Bentachinkwe. Have you seen what Morgan?
I haven't found no success escaping me. I found no success escape. Yeah, he's doing great. He's got like, I just saw him recently. Sweet guy.
Now he's Morgan J. You guys may know him.
Well, that was smart.
But because he's doing guitar comedy.
Oh.
If he had tried to do that in New York, he waited. He changed his name so we couldn't find him. He changed his name so we couldn't find him. If he had tried to do that in front of us,
would you remember? Yeah.
We would have been like, "You, like, get the out of here!" Like we would have just teased him. He would have quit comedy.
Yeah, you could have himself.
And how good is it that he escaped us and he found
noticed,
success?
Like since the Woodsheds ended, there's been more guitar comedy.
We would have killed them. We would have, with our words, we would have eviscerated them.
That was. It was great, man. And Lawrence, I remember once he did like a rapping character, and it was like, and he's like, "At least I tried."
My God, Lawrence would have no pity for anyone else, but for himself, he'd be like, "I can't believe you guys didn't." Oh, wait, I was doing a dancing Germain accent.
We all bombed. We would all, but this is the funniest. That's the most fun thing, man. Bombing now. But have you met comics now who like? I mean, I don't want to keep talking about comedy because nobody wants to hear that.
It's okay.
But like, who like won't admit they bombed. There's a couple. I'll tell you who after this, but like I've never heard a bombing story, and I'm like, you're
insane.
You're a serial killer.
You're crazy.
Like you're like, there's no way. Like the only person that I heard hasn't bombed that I actually believe it is Sinbad. Like everybody else, I'm like, you're full of shit. You're full of shit.
Are you trying to segue me into a story?
No, I wasn't, but I realized I just gave you the
I
knife.
can't believe you would. The only other time I've heard Sinbad's name.
I mentioned it on Marin, but I didn't really.
Let's just say it was a sinfully bad story.
The Crypt Keeper. I did. Yeah. Okay, go.
Dan, were you doing a festival or were you opening?
I was doing Michael Moore's Comedy Festival.
Michael Moore's Comedy Festival, which is honestly so. By the way, where is Michael Moore?
I don't know. He still gets interviewed on like MSNBC and shit.
He looks like I thought he was. He
looks like Bruce Valanche.
Well, I do a trans watch where I think I can guess people that are on their way.
You think he's on his way?
Well, I guessed Caitlyn Jenner ahead of time.
You did, huh?
I did. Once the hair got long,
you know what? You're right, because there was a moment where you could see.
I went, this person's becoming a woman.
Yeah.
And she is, okay? And she's a great woman.
Do Anniewood. Caitlyn Jenner should do Anniewood.
Oh, let me tell you. I was coming back. I drove from San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
I had Lizzie Cooperman with me. We drove from
Great.
San
I love
Jose.
Lizzie, by the way.
We were, Lizzie's hilarious. We're coming back from San Jose. Tim Dillon was having a party. Caitlyn Jenner was coming. I'm like, Lizzie, there's no pee break. Obviously there are pee breaks, but I'm Lizzie, we're in a rush.
Yeah, for sure.
I should have flown.
She should totally do this show.
She's done it.
She's done it anyway?
Yeah. It was a great episode. So funny. But
no, I'm talking about Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner, yes. 100%.
Oh my God. No, I'm trying to get Caitlyn Jenner on the show.
Tim FaceTimes me. And he has it flipped back, and I just see her legs. And I'm like, I know who it is. I go, oh my God, Caitlyn's there. And then
if he marries a woman, it should be Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh my God. Todd would let me marry Tim, our sugar daddy. I met Tim's parents like on FaceTime, and I was like, I'm the woman Tim will never marry or whatever. I was like, you wish Tim would marry. But yeah, no. So I missed Caitlyn Jenner by like 20 minutes. I was livid.
Sucks, dude.
She came early.
You should have some like fun, crazy.
I've been trying to get Chet Hanks.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also,
I'm like, get your ass on my podcast.
I think I don't know if it was Meghan Markle's brother. Somebody else is doing crazy shit now, where they're like dressing as their sister and like doing like.
Oh my God!
I forget who it is. God, I forget who it is. But I'm starting up a new podcast in a couple months. But I want to get like those type of people.
You were doing what, a horror podcast?
We were doing that, and then my wife started getting real work again, and I went to rehab. Those two things together. But no, I have a wrestling pod. If you like wrestling, Working Stiff, formerly Wrestle Roasts, and I'm starting a new one with Donnelly in a couple months. So
Who was the wrestling one with?
Mike Lawrence comes
Oh, Mike.
on
Okay.
every once in a while. Scotty Chaps,
Oh,
our
I
favorite.
love the Scotty
Scott Chaplin, and
Chaps.
this really funny lawyer, Robert Karpelis, who used to write for WWE.
So this is the thing about Skankfest that rules is like seeing like Scott. Like I just haven't seen Scott.
Dude,
like
Scott's the best.
when I saw Scott, I was like, I like have just not felt this happy to see someone. It's like when I
He's so
see
good
my
at making
friends-
fun of people.
Oh,
too.
he's so good. He's so mean and
He's
sweet at the
so-
same time.
He's mean and sweet. He's like he has our meanness, but a sweetness.
Oh,
too.
he's such a kind, sweet man.
Yeah, because he's actually a genuinely good person.
Yeah, he's a sweet,
Yeah.
sweet boy.
Like he's the only one. Like Michael take like a shot at him, and I'm like, all right, calm down.
Yeah, we don't.
He's sweet.
Yeah, we love him. We're not mad at anything he does. He's got the podcast with Mike, right? So it's Mike. And
It's
Scott
him and yeah, Sean, I believe.
I don't know Sean.
Nice guy.
I never met him.
Nice guy. Very different personality than Mike and Scott.
Uh-oh.
No, not in a bad way at all.
Whoa,
Like,
clip
he's
it.
definitely smarter.
Clip it.
No, it's just he's much more low key. Much
Yeah.
more low key than those guys.
I definitely want to come to New York more. So you weren't happy when you lived here.
I made a lot of money, so that was good. You know, I was writing on a sitcom, so I was making money. I like that part of it.
Were you married then?
No, I met my wife, came here. We had dated in New York, broke up, stayed friends, and she came back here. And then I realized like, oh, this is my wife. You know, it's one of those things
Yeah.
like far away. Like we both dated other people, and then we came back. We're like, oh, this is the one. And
Yeah.
we, like stopped dating other people, and just I moved back with her to New York to write for Michelle Wolf's show
Right.
and Alternatino. So I worked on Nikki Glazer's show and then Germain Fowler's show, that Superior Donuts. And the thing is, like CBS network money, especially the second season, you make
Yeah.
good money. You know, like you don't make like good, like great podcast money, but you make good money.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it, but I got lonely as here. I was driving around last week. I'm married, I have dogs, and I was like, I miss my wife desperately right now, but like I was just driving around. I'm like, I feel lonely. This city makes you lonely. It's amazing you found somebody in LA. It is so hard because I dated in LA, I hooked up in LA, but it was so hard to find, you know, the right person in LA.
I always just dated guys from Jersey.
That's the smart, you know.
I just always found guys that are like my people.
Yeah.
I only dated guys from Jersey.
Every time you didn't, it was a disaster.
I mean, that one that I dated, by the way, that one that I dated, that one, by the way, I keep getting texts from people about him. And it's like, I mean, that was like first year open. I mean, that was like when he got divorced.
We have a lot to talk about. After
When
that.
he got divorced,
I'm
let's
not
just
gonna-
say
I'm
I
not
have
gonna
an ex.
wager in on
Okay, so
this.
I have an ex
I'm not going to wager.
who's so
in on this.
disgusting, such a f***ing disgusting,
Oh my
just
God.
a pig of a person, a pig of a man, just a
I wasn't even
disgusting.
referring. I was talking about a broad net of people you dated. I'm
but
not. I'm not jumping
speaking,
in
it
on
would
this.
take a broad net to catch
You're
him.
allowed
'Cause
to. It's
It
your-
would take a broad net to catch him because he's a fat, obese monster, and his inside's fat too. His personality's fat. He's so disgusting. It's like diabetes should just take him already. You know, take him limb by limb, and he's just a horrible man. And so one of my first dates with Todd, we went to go eat at a buffet, a Vegas buffet, which is like,
Oh, that's a cute date.
isn't it
Especially
good?
because he's not like fat, so it's like he's charming when he eats it.
I
It's not like if
know.
you went with me and I'd be like, don't look at
By the
me.
way, this is him fat.
Yeah,
He was skinny when we were first
so
together.
like if you went with me, it would be like
But
tragic.
here's
It
the
would be
thing.
like a TLC
The
special.
gross part about Todd is that he just shits every 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
So
That's
on
why
our
he's
first
skinny.
date, he was like shit. It was like there was shit. He was shitting in my house. He was
Yeah.
shitting. It's like I've seen Todd shit so much.
Yeah.
That's the
Does he destroy a bathroom?
No, it actually doesn't smell that
So
bad.
it's not that bad. That's actually better than, I guess, shitting every hour is better than like my shits where it comes
Where
like
it stays.
once every
it
14 hours
festers.
and
Yeah, it
Carmina
festers.
Burana starts
Yeah.
playing out of my butthole, you know.
No, but so we were at the Americana in Glendale, and I saw this ex-boyfriend, and I was like, he's so disgusting that I would be so embarrassed for Todd to know that I was soiled by this
Oh
man.
my God. You got to get over this though. This has been, it's
No,
been
no,
many
I'm
years.
over it. I'm over it.
Yeah. It's been, you know, we
No,
all
I'm
have
over
people
it.
in our past. I'm sure
No,
I've
but
been
he
that.
re-ups
I'm sure
every
I've been
time I
that
see
guy.
him. He does something. No, you've not.
I'm sure
This
I've
is a
been the guy
different
that girls
level.
are like, I
No,
don't know.
no. This is a different level. I'm telling you, I get text messages from people, men, women, still to this day. This was 15 years ago. I dated this guy, where they go,
Is it that long ago?
I have never talking to him again. And I'm like, guys, I don't think about this person. He's not in my orbit, whatever. But he is so physically disgusting that I could not
my
allow
God.
Todd to see the low self-esteem that I had.
Well, Todd, very good looking guy.
He's a handsome
very
man.
handsome guy.
But here's the thing. Looks.
Where does Todd rank as far as the guys? Well, you have to say he's the hottest, but I guess that's a dumb question.
No. I mean,
But I think he's the upper percentile. Like
that I dated.
I mean, I've seen some of the guys you've dated.
I never was a looks girl. I was
Annie
never
is not
a looks
superficial because some of the guys she's dated,
I was
like
not a looks girl.
like Beetlejuice's waiting room.
Just really, yes, things
Just
stretched in
disgusting.
directions. Or like
They're like shapes.
dropped. They were dropped. Let's just say
different
that.
Shapes. They would change shapes. Some of
Let's
the
just
people you
say
dated
they were
would change.
dropped and they were not caught in time. They were dropped. They hit the floor.
Yeah, I mean, there was some. We've all done that. There's one girl I dated who, I mean,
I know a few.
looked like Jared Logan with smaller tits, who's a hilarious comic, by the way. You guys should check him out. But yeah, dude, I mean, like, we've all dated some heifers.
No, there were some crustos that you would leave an open mic with and tell me a story about the next time. I'm like, that girl's literally like crusty, like crusty.
Oh boy, let's not get into that. As
Do
I'm, like,
you
looking at my
remember
phone,
when we
panicking.
first hung out and then you told someone you had a date with me?
Okay, I knew you were going to bring this up. Out of all the things, I have.
World of James.
Okay, I have
Deal with
hooked up. Okay,
HBO.
I have made. There's nothing I regret more than hitting on you. I was thinking about
But
this.
I didn't even know he was
because you
hitting on me.
brought
That
it
was
up.
the funny thing.
You've
Like
brought it
10
up.
years later, someone
You
told
have
me that he
brought
thought
it
it was a
up.
date.
But you have brought it up so many
Your
times.
moves were so bad that I didn't even, they didn't even register as moves. Like,
First off, this was like 15, 16 years ago. I don't regret, like, like
I was in my full Hanson brother.
Like, I don't regret anything more than I regret hitting on you because you've never
Who told
let
me
go.
it? Was it
You've
Jared?
never let
I think
it go.
it was Jared that
I've
told me.
Like, to the point of like where I'm like, this is.
I wouldn't have brought it up, but you brought up Jared
I regret the
Logan.
men I've hooked up with less than me hitting on you.
Guys,
It was
this is
one
getting
night too. It was one night
the gayest
where I
thing
had
you've
a
ever
crush
done.
on Annie 16 years ago, and I've regretted it for the rest of my life.
Well,
Well, that's why she's always like, what took you so long to like make a move on me? And I'm like, because you tell me the stories of the guys that made a move.
She's an eviscerator. She's a soul crusher.
So I'm like,
And
I
it's-
had to make 100% sure that you were into
you had to like.
dude, I crush souls.
Dude, I've seen men like okay, like I struck with Annie. It was embarrassing, but like I've seen people struck out with Annie where it was like it was like I felt so bad for them. Like
My older
afterwards,
brother-
like I've seen you destroy men, like who've hit on you, like who you weren't attracted
I don't
to.
even know. I like don't even. And the
Right.
thing is, like, I'm like so like, ew, I can't believe they'd have my. But I only dated hideous men, so it's like, why would they?
Well, because then everybody thought they had a shot.
Right, exactly.
Seeing,
But it
like,
wasn't like, you know what it was? It was
seeing you
unfunny.
date like Chunk from the Goonies. Everybody thought they had a
It was
shot.
like unfunny. No, he's a lawyer. I would have.
No, not Chunk. The guy who was with the face.
Oh yeah, the Eeyore or whatever.
Igor or whatever.
I.
No, he would be. I mean, he's a good pickup now.
No, but here's the thing.
Gay,
It wasn't.
I think.
It wasn't. Looked. It was like it was people with a talent level. I was shocked that they would hit on me.
That was it too.
But with you, it was like, I'm not even kidding. It was like 10 years later, someone told me that you thought we went on a date. That was what was funny about it. It was funny that it didn't even register. Like your game was so weak that I didn't even
This
know
dog
there
is
was
really
game.
nice. I love your dog.
But it's not, it shouldn't even be insulting to you.
I regret it immensely still to this day.
It wouldn't have been any good. Don't worry.
What?
It wouldn't
No,
have been
I
any
mean,
good.
if we had dated, like it would have been really bad.
It was.
It would have been so. I'm not even talking about the physical stuff. Like, first off, you'd relapse. It would be the time you would for sure relapse. We would be under a bridge somewhere. We would be in a needle exchange.
We're seeing off over us.
Yeah, it would be our dead bodies, and Racine just.
Racine somehow kills us through this. It's a but it's just us that are dead.
Thank God. It would have been. Yeah, it would have been a Dateline episode.
Yeah.
Well, everything you turned out. You met a very nice boy. I met a very nice girl. It all worked out.
Thank you for calling him a boy. He's turning 30 soon, and I'm disgusted. I got to trade him in. I'm the Leo
That's too old.
of
Yeah.
comedy. He's too old.
Yeah, you got him young, baby.
Okay, by the way, we started a
Mhm.
Patreon.
Oh, great.
And our Patreon it's basically, it's a mystery, it's a puzzle, it's...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Our Patreon is like, there's a dark man, there's a
Is that a fantasy
and
now?
kind of.
All right. well,
There's an enemy. It's like, it's a cult, but you can get taken to the dark side, so you have to be really careful
It
what you
becomes true
choose.
crime when you go on Patreon.
Be careful, you
All right.
guys.
Well, that's good.
Join the movement. But we do have some people that have asked some questions. Okay. It says, the best and worst things about having Annie as a roommate.
Well, I will say I'll start off with the best. She was very at the point very sympathetic when I went through my relapse and I was a dick. And she was very kind about
Well, you
that.
bought me pizza, you bought me pasta.
And she was very kind about that. I do think Annie did look out, does actually care about my well-being. Bad thing. I mean, I remember this. I don't blame this on you specifically, but I do remember when me and Mike lived together, there were pools of cold water that would just appear.
Really?
Yeah, there would be tiny cool pools of cold water. And I've never had that with anyone else I've dated.
Not
dated, not dated. Sorry,
not
not dated.
in my room. My room, there was
I don't know what happened in
there
your room.
was a heater in my room that spit out boiling water.
That
like,
was well. There was
at me.
cold pockets in
And
my
then
room.
it would flood my room. It would flood my room all the time.
None of us were clean.
Remember Jose?
None of us were clean.
Jose, the landlord. I remember
Yeah.
calling him and being like, "You need to fix this." And he was like, ignoring me, like, "I'm in hell." He goes, "You're in hell. My place is hell." He was like, "Someone." Do you remember the guy who jumped off the roof next door?
No, that we made jokes, but he didn't actually.
No, he
jump.
did.
He did.
Yes.
We
Also,
made jokes that Gavin was. But that's,
Gavin, we were
I
finding
love
a razor
Gavin,
blade
man,
on
variety.
Gavin. I haven't talked to Gavin in years.
He's good. I think he still owns a bunch of fucking coffee shops.
We had
and
really
restaurants.
successful friends.
Yeah.
We had friends that were
also
handling
Gavin kind of
us.
mean and he's successful.
He was mean.
You know,
he
that's
was so
why-
mean, and all of his employees were
and
mean.
had a really beautiful girlfriend too.
Do you remember Kristen, the Asian girl that worked there, the beautiful Asian girlfriend that he hired?
I struck out with it.
And she got a Yelp written about her once about what a bitch she was. Like, someone came up and was like, "This coffee isn't warm enough for her." She goes, "What do you want me to do? Suck?" It's like she was. And Gavin gave her a raise. That coffee shop ruled.
Yeah, it was great.
The
coffee,
customer
too.
was never right.
No, the customer was never right.
Not don't even dare come for them.
And I mean, the apartment itself was not pretty. We had no decorations.
Do you remember where it was across from too?
It was across from a public housing project.
Oh, and what was next to the public housing? It was a placement for people when they got out of school.
It was?
Yes. It was for people that went to prison for assault, and they had a rehab facility for them. Can you believe you didn't know that?
I knew that our corner was safe because they sold heroin on our corner.
Let's just say I was the heroine of that corner. They're like, "We're gonna get her."
They sold, and then there was the housing project, and then there was the assault.
But then
there was a
blocks
perm
down
house.
was beautiful.
No, 2 houses down was beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
But our street, it's they knew we should have been when we die, our ghosts will go there.
Yes, our ghosts will be jumping
won't
off the
be
window
in heaven with our family members. You, me, and Mike's ghosts will somehow find our way to that street.
And let's just say those ghosts will be farting.
They'll be farting ghosts.
Yeah, no, I've always been a fan of your sobriety and your success and always believed in you. And I always think, when you quit comedy, I was like, you're just supposed to be doing stand-up.
I did quit comedy for a
You're
little bit.
you're a very, very talented comic that's
Well, thank
supposed
you.
to be
That's
doing
very nice.
stand-up.
And Annie makes me laugh. This is now we're being too nice to each other.
No, but it's true. It's
But
fine. It's
Annie
it's
does
okay.
make
It's
me
the end of the
laugh
podcast.
quite
We'll
a
edit
bit.
it out. We'll edit out the part where I'm nice to you and just leave you saying nice things about me.
That would be funny if you just edited all the nice stuff you said out. It was just me going Annie's a really kind person.
It's Anniewood.
and then you cut to you just going or vomit coming out of your mouth as I compliment you.
All right, then. Okay, thoughts on the current state of comedy within the woke movement and cancel culture?
I think both are terrible.
Yeah.
I think the problem now is because both
Randy.
Sorry, Randy. I think the problem now is that both there's so much bad woke comedy and so much bad edgelord comedy that just funny comedy is being lost.
People are like, "What? This isn't.
Yeah,
we don't want this."
It's literally everyone. It's literally somebody saying like calling somebody out and saying Free Palestine or saying the N-word and then doing like a Mickey Rooney Asian impression.
Yeah, they're like,
those are the two types of comedy right now.
they're like, the best thing to do is like your daughter. You're like, okay.
Yeah, they're like subscribe, and like that's the problem. It's like they're both reinforcing the stereotypes on the other one,
Right.
you know, because it's like on one side, it's like hand holding is, and on the other side, well, check out our new Compound Media host Harvey Weinstein. You know, like there's just like no middle ground. It's all crazy.
Wait, Harvey's not getting out?
I don't think he's getting out. No, because he's. I think the New York Chargers are dismissed, but the California ones are still going strong.
Oh, Harv. You had to go to the hospital.
You should if he gets out, you should definitely have him on the show.
Harvey would come along. Bonnie and I would always be like, Bonnie McFarlane and I would be like, we would not have handled that right. Like once we knew, I'd been like, I would come. Do you remember the girl that like yelled at that? Like he came to like a comedy show.
Oh yeah,
and the girl was like, "How dare you?"
You would have
like, I would have come out on my knees. I would have been like, "Ah, 20 million, baby, right here." Ah. I was like, I didn't know this was an option.
20 million, I would get down there.
I'm like, let's go, baby. Guys, join the Patreon and remember, lean towards the light and ignore the dark man. Not dark men, dark man.
Dude, it's a white supremacist podcast. I didn't know, just a white nationalist podcast. This whole time.
And look for clues. There'll be different clues throughout the episode.
So funny.
Clue spelled with a K. KKK.
KKK. This gotta be, the reveal has gotta be that it's like David Duke. Like it's like the whole time you've had a white supremacist podcast.
Randy, don't bite him. This is cute. Randy has a new boyfriend.
Is he
Do you
gay?
think you'll hook up with? Yes, I do think Randy is. Don't you think?
Yeah. Do I think I'll hook up with what?
Another guy.
If I need the money, I got somebody offered to last week. It's never a girl.
Where?
Just on Instagram. Some guy. He's not bad looking either.
This can't just be on Instagram.
I swear to God, it was just on Instagram.
You're manifesting that.
Well, I had a gay bit that came out about me, and so like I have guys sometimes be like,
Is
"Hey,
it the
do you want
bit?
me to suck?" I'll show you.
Is it the bit? Is it the bit I know about?
The Joseph one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I put it online, and now like guys are like, "Hey, can I?" And I'm like, "No, I'm married." All right.
They're like, they think you're gay though. They're like, gay guys don't care if they're married.
That's what. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they're like, who cares? Married?
Yeah. They don't care. They don't care. He's probably married.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I think we should end there. We'll call it the rear end of the podcast.
It's fun. This is fun.
Dan, you're special. Dan is incredibly talented.
Dance Fatty Dance, free on YouTube.
Dance Fatty Dance, and I did see, Dance Fatty. I think you said Dan's Fatty Dance, because I was going to say, I did see Dan's Fatty Dance in the mirror once. Where he was
I'm rubbing oil on myself. That'll be the next one.
But Dan, I believe in Dan. He's a newcomer, and I think he's going to make it. He's 6 months sober.
You should have given me a day one chip.
Oh, God, we're so proud. No. I believe that this is your final.
Yeah, I'm like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I shall.
Well, it's
persevere.
just time. It's like everyone, there's a lot of options now. It's like we don't have to wait on people all the time. You have on that side of your career, you have to wait for people, but on the other side, it's just all
No, I'm just going to do comedy.
But watch a special. It rolls. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's amazing.
It's fun.
I will check it out. And so will you. All right, comment below if you think Dan's skinny or fat. And join the Patreon.
Fat. Everyone's going to say, I'm saying fat.
Really do. We love each other.
It's the meat and potatoes.
Welcome to Anniewood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies. Yeah, welcome to Anniewood. This is the land of the standies, annies, and fannies, and all of the sleeping nannies. I'm gonna ayahuasca. I'm about to prosper. Blingy on my drinky, and Randy is living.
Oh, Randy, how did you feel about today's episode? Was it good? Did you like it? Did you like it outside? Did you like it like a puppuccino? Puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino?